What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Texas Honda Channel. If you're new here, definitely consider subscribing. So today we're going to take this off-road. Nothing too extravagant. I know of a little place. I just want to see how it'll do since the snow had just recently melted. The ground should be really nice and soft over there, and a couple little puddles we can splash through. I know of a pretty deep one. I'll see if this thing can go through it without, bogging out or anything. The intake's up high enough so it shouldn't be an issue, but if it ever becomes an issue, we'll just have to put a snorkel on it or something. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get these things that I have over here installed first, which is basically just the seat belt shoulder thing. It says Honda. They're embroidered on it, as you can see. I'll leave a link in the description, and it even came with this like a cushiony mat that goes over the center console. So this is pretty simple to install. It just has straps, slide it through, because the center console on there is super uncomfortable whenever I rest my elbow on it. So decided to get this. It came with these separate. I intended to get this. So I'll leave a link in the description for this, but we're going to go ahead and install this, and then we're going to go to that spot and see how it does. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and install the seatbelt parts first. I've always loved these things. I had some in my white EF with the roll cage, which is from my other channel from years ago. I had two of them, one on each racing harness on each side, so technically I had four of these, but they look pretty cool. So it depends how you want it to say Honda. I probably usually just go like this way, so it's across the chest like that. Super easy to install though. Just put these around. Definitely makes it more comfortable whenever it's all right here up against your neck. It'll have a little cushion, so plus they look cool. So that's pretty much how it should look, of course with you in there. I like it. Okay, so to install this, pretty simple, but as you can see, this is really hard. So basically this part will slide like this. There's this little elastic piece there. And boom, that's really nice. It's really comfortable now, so I could actually, do long drives like this. And yeah, it says Honda on it, so it gave us 50 horsepower just because that sticker right there says Honda. But yeah, in all seriousness, it is super comfy. Like I said before, linked in the description. So now we're going to go out to that spot and see how she does. Well, as much fun as that was, I'm going to go ahead and clean it so that way it doesn't stay on there. That's something I recommend doing after, you've had some fun. Definitely make sure to give it a good scrub and a clean. This is bed liner, so I have no problem scrubbing it with the brush. I'm probably not going to unless it's really needed. But yeah, it's definitely fun. We're going to have to find some more spots to go, but I'm going to go ahead and start washing. Alright, got her all clean. She's looking pretty good again. I even did under the bay, just kind of slight rinse. Looking pretty decent. So now we're gonna head back to the house. Alright, so we're on the way back to the house, and I get a message from my buddy who has a light bar. So I'm gonna go over to his house real fast, grab that, and then we'll head back to my house. So here we go. Alright, so I'm over here at Jeremy's house. I don't know if you guys remember the black Saturn that's bedlined. This is on my other channel. So if you're not subscribed and don't know about the black bedline Saturn, go hit up my other channel. Link will be in the description for that. And we've got his Avalanche here, which we're eventually going to be doing something with the paint, doing some like bedline of some sort. Yeah. But look, yellow Civic.
Still
he still has it.
Still is.
Yep. He still has plans to do a full drag setup with it, but money's been tight, of course.
Yeah.
But
he's going to another temporary storage for the time being.
It's crazy. It's on a freaking utility trailer. He was able to fit it on there, and it actually holds. Like, I mean, the car's not very heavy to begin with, but it's crazy. He had to take the rear gate off, but hey.
Rear gate's sure.
It's holding. I mean, that's the important part. And I mean, this paint job's almost 2 years old.
Yeah.
The yellow. And it's all spray can.
I actually took it to the car wash and washed it before I came here.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look bad for not having the clear or anything.
Except for the front end, but that's okay. Yeah. If I got another front end in the back behind the house.
He's got a lot of parts for this thing. But yeah, this is that car that I did a giveaway. If you guys have been following since the beginning of this channel, then you'd know where this yellow car came from. And also, it's on my More Motorsports channel as well. But here's what we came for. The light bar, wasn't it like 37 inches or something like that?
35.
Yeah, 35. I'm not exactly sure. I just know it looks really good in the brush guard of the Pilot. So that's where this one's going to go, and then the pod lights will actually be going to the roof rack. But definitely pretty bright. Will make a huge difference, especially when we're out off trail at night. Be able to see. So yeah, really happy to have that. But yep, we're gonna head back to the house and we'll go over some more stuff. So thanks again. Alright, so while I was over there at Jeremy's, I went ahead and had him whip out his fancy code scanner. Turns out that check engine light was from when I had a misfire with the old coil packs. The code was stored in there, so it would just randomly come back on. So he went ahead and fully wiped the code, and it's been doing good. So I will talk to you guys more when we get to the house. Alright, back at the house, and I drove it around a little bit more just to make sure that check engine light wouldn't come back on, and it hasn't. So I think it was just a stored code, and it just popped back on for whatever reason. It doesn't misfire. It runs really good and really strong. So here's the light bar. Basically, it's going to sit where these pod lights are, so this will actually be down here. It has little mounts, so just drill a hole, bolt it in, and then on the wiring it only has negative positive, so we'll run that to either a switch or to when we turn the brights on. It comes on, but we'll probably do a switch just because, you know, not everybody deserves to be blinded. It's only the ones that don't lower their brights. Then I'll just turn it on then and be like, hey, lower your brights, mine are brighter. But that'll be really good for off-road whenever we go on the trails and stuff like that, which I can't wait for. This does need cut just a little bit more, so what we're going to do is we're going to try to angle it up a little better, make it a little cleaner. I actually want to get one of the built full solid steel front ends. Here's a little picture right here of what I'm talking about, something like that. I think it'd be really cool, and it'll be really durable. Maybe even put a winch on it. We'll see what happens, but this thing is super fun off-road. I know that wasn't like anything dramatic or super crazy, but it was definitely fun. When I lock it in the 4x4 mode, it does not like to spin the tires at all. It literally just wants to go right through it, which is fantastic. It's what it's designed for. This thing's just an awesome vehicle all around. Seats 8, front and rear AC. It's very reliable. Highly recommend this year of Pilot if you guys were looking at getting one. It's 2003. I like this body style over all of them, and it's just really strong running vehicle. But we are going to do exhaust soon on this, but I just ordered the lift kit. I ended up finding a cheaper way. It was like $189 or something like that to get the lift kit the way I did it now versus $299, which is how much it costs for the full kit. If you price them out separate parts at a time, it's actually a little bit cheaper. So it's gonna be awesome. It'll be 2.5-inch lift. That's as high as we're gonna go with it. We already have clearance issues getting in here as it is. We have to make sure that door is all the way up or it will hit because of the roof rack, but definitely making some progress. As for the supercharger, I'm gonna go ahead and clean this thing up on my other channel, the More Motorsports James D Guy channel. We'll clean this thing up, hit it with some wire wheel, and paint it with the Rust-Oleum wheel paint. This is a high temp paint. It works really well for high heat from the brakes, but I have been able to paint these without using a high heat paint from Rust-Oleum before, just the regular 2X stuff, and it holds up perfectly fine. But for the sake of everyone gonna argue with me on it, we'll just use some high heat paint and call it a day. But this will be cleaned up on that channel, so if you're not, definitely go over there and subscribe to my More Motorsports James D Guy channel. Link will be in the description. So that's coming soon, and on this thing we're also going to be doing that light bar install, which I'll go ahead and record as well and post it on this channel. So I hope you guys are enjoying the Pilot content. We'll eventually get back to the Civic content soon. I just wanted to give myself a break on it. I have been working really hard on it and wanted to focus my attention on the Pilot, which is getting some much needed love. So if you guys like these videos, please hit the like button, drop a comment below, share the videos, and come back for more. But I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. I'll see you guys in the next one. As I like to say, God bless, stay safe, stay awesome.